Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Well, happy Pride Month. My favorite day, or 2 days actually, out of Pride Month. I have two favorite days that I always celebrate. First is June 4th, which is Polish Idol winner Alicia Janazi, her birthday. My mom had a big problem with me dating one of her cousins when I was in college. She didn't want to ruin the family lineage. All of her family members are Asian, and she had a big problem with that. And then June 13th, 2010, I went on my first date with myself. And these days, my mom has a big problem with. She's okay with me dating somebody of a different race now, but not okay with me being solosexual. And so those are two very important days for me. What do I want to see out of the world in terms of solosexuality? First, I want people to recognize it. I would venture a guess that a good fraction of humans are solosexual. Now, you might say, I don't know any solosexuals. You do. They live their lives in limbo their entire lives, right? They're in bad relationships that they don't belong in. If you ever watch Judge Judy and somebody's fighting with their ex-spouse, chances are the two of them, or one of them is solosexual. If the two of them were, they wouldn't have a problem. But one of them is solosexual while the others try to get into a relationship, right? Chances are that's the case, right? If both of them were solosexual, we like to call them a sexless marriage, right? We have a problem with that for some reason, right? Usually those are okay marriages. It plays out as people getting into one bad relationship after another, right? I was just reading an article about people are so crazy about Taylor Swift's concert that they're willing to put on diapers so that they don't have to go to the bathroom. I guess these people have never heard about fasting, right? For dry fasting especially. If I don't know how the Jewish community likes Taylor Swift. If the Jewish were there, they would know what to do, right? Taylor Swift is very likely solosexual as well, but she has turned it into a career of writing breakup songs, right? But we don't acknowledge it. We just call it, oh, she hasn't found the right guy yet, right? Now, our lives completely revolve around marriage, right? So, right now I'm starting a new job, and unfortunately, all the benefits revolve around marriage. I would so much love to see, for example, if you're single, maybe more time for you to go out to make new friends or something like that, right? You don't see that kind of benefit at the workplace, right? Maybe even some kind of dating service, especially a dating service for solosexuals. I need to start a dating website for solosexuals because I have never found one online. You get the idea, right? Too much of our lives revolve around getting married, right? Every time you see a discount for a couple, right? Anytime you see certain things, our health insurance, right? You can't just randomly add a friend. Actually, it's kind of funny. I do private tutoring. I think I had a 5th grader one time. He was doing a project for Pride Month, and we talked about being happily single, and I said, well, there's a lot of benefits that married people get that singles don't, like their health insurance. And the 5th grader asked me, well, why don't you just add your best friend for your health insurance? Yeah, I wish I could, right? And so he's even more wise than the general population. Too many people get brainwashed by our society that they can't think like a 5th grader, right? That's just crazy, right? Crazy. And we haven't had a solosexual or openly solosexual U.S. president, right? I think part of that is that there's just so many barriers you have to push through. As I was talking the other day about how I have to juggle 3 jobs when my coworkers who have a spouse They can have 4 jobs and not have to juggle so much, and have a lot more stability in case they lose 1 or 2 or even 3 jobs. They could probably survive it. And then I have to juggle. I don't have somebody to partner with to juggle all this, right? And so there's just a lot of headwinds to put. Nobody's going to kill you for being solosexual. Let me make that clear. You're probably not going to run into police brutality. You're probably not going to run into outright discrimination, right? Nobody's going to. Let's put it this way, right? If you went to get a mortgage at the bank, the bank is not going to use solosexuality to deny the mortgage. What might happen is that you run into headwinds with everything in life that to get to that point, right? Job discrimination here, maybe you get paid a little bit less, maybe you have to give up your vacation time. It affects your performance at work because you're burnt out. You have to juggle 3 jobs, and so it affects your performance at all 3 of them. You can't save up the down payment because you got to spend more money on this stuff. You get the idea, right? There's headwinds to push through, right? And I hope we could just be a lot less marriage-centric in our society. I don't dislike people who are married. I don't have a problem with marriage. What I do have a problem is with marriage being the center of the universe in our lives, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.